going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. You've probably heard about the ATF's new ruling or new ban on stabilizing braces on pistols. If you have it, this article here on Natural News, I read a little bit of it to fill you in on what's going on. ATF bans stabilizing braces on pistols that were legally purchased, turning millions of gun owners into instant criminals. Joe Biden's administration is continuing its war on the Second Amendment and lawful gun owners, even as members of his party continue to adopt soft-on-crime policies that have turned large sections of the major cities into shooting galleries, putting decent people more at risk. Most recently, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives implemented a new rule banning so-called pistol stabilizing devices, which they claim transform short-barreled semi-automatic pistols into rifles without changing anything else about the gun itself, like rate of fire, for instance. The new rule, ATF Final Rule 2021R-08F, was published on the ATF's website today and is set to be posted on the Federal Registry on Monday, one day before the industry's largest trade show, SHOT Show. The regulation will affect millions of Americans that currently own pistol stabilizing devices. What has been considered pistols for years will now be regarded as short-barreled rifles and subject to the National Firearms Act. And what that means, if you own an AR or an AK with one of those stabilizing arm braces, you're going to be a criminal. I think it goes into effect in like 120 days from now, and you have that length of time to destroy that weapon, to turn that weapon in, to make it legal, to make you compliant. So this shows apparently that the ATF, a federal government bureaucracy pretty much, can just make laws. They can make rulings, they can make decisions on the Second Amendment without regard to the Constitution, without regard to Congress. You're going through the normal chains of the way things usually happen when they pass these type of laws or do bans and things like that. So the ATF just comes up and says, we're going to ban these because we don't like them anymore. They've been legal forever. People's bought these. Local gun shop up here, the last time I was in there, he had probably, I would say, 15 or 20 of those in his shop. Perfectly legal. Now they're going to be illegal. So what's he going to do? He's going to lose money on those. He's going to have to destroy those, turn those in, or modify those to be legal. And it is absolutely ridiculous. And you know, you'll have people talk about, we got the Constitution. We do. And you know, we care about the Constitution. Most of the people in the United States care about the Constitution and want to follow the Constitution. However, the federal government, these bureaucracies, these agencies, these rulers that we have don't care about the Constitution. They care less about the Constitution than they care about us. They don't care about the laws, they don't care what is said, they don't care about the normal chain of command, the way things are supposed to go. They don't care at all. So when you talk about, we have the Constitution, they can't do that. They do it. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about us. The Constitution to them is just a piece of paper. It's nothing. It's something that's not even in the way anymore. You know, it used to be, it was kind of a hindrance to these people that was trying to pass unconstitutional laws. It kind of got in the way, and sometimes it would stop those laws, but now they just go right on through with it because they don't care anymore. I'm in a video about these AR pistols, AK pistols, probably a couple years ago, and that video got a lot of views because it was controversial. And I'll put that video down here in the description box below, a link to that. But it was titled, let's see what that was titled, The Most Useless Firearm for Preppers. And I was talking about those AR, AK type pistols with the arm brace. And I said they were pretty much useless for preppers. I got a lot of pushback on that, a lot of pushback. People was in the comments, you know, they was giving me a good spanking, thought they were, because they thought they knew more than what I do. And, you know, I didn't say that they were useless, completely useless for certain purposes, like having fun, looking cool. They're fine for that. I was talking about useless for preppers. If I want a handgun, you know, I'm going to get a handgun. It can be concealed. It's much better as a handgun all the way around because it actually is a handgun of about that length or smaller. It's not an AR of that length that you can't hardly, it makes it more difficult to conceal and difficult to control. You know, you have that AR and you're trying to control that by bracing against your arm. You're doing this, trying to shoot an AR or an AK. Not practical, not useful for a prepper in my opinion. You might disagree, and that's fine. However, this isn't about that. This is about the ATF just passing laws willy-nilly. And I remember back when Donald Trump, can't think of his name now for a second for some reason, guys. I guess he's forgettable. Donald Trump decided to pass the bump stock ban. He was all for red flag laws, and he actually said, take the guns before due process. People forget that, and he continues on with the Biden regime, the ATF. And you know, whereas I still feel my video I made is completely accurate, that those are pretty much useless for preppers. You know, if you want a handgun, get a handgun. If you want a rifle, get a rifle. If you want a shotgun, get a shotgun. Don't get something in between. However, this law, this not really a law, this ruling by the ATF is going to make probably hundreds of thousands at least of people criminals. They're going to have to keep their firearm as is and be a criminal, or they're going to register that with the ATF and then probably lose it later on. They're going to have to destroy that and lose money they put into that. So they're going to lose either way, because the ATF decides they want to change something that's been in effect for about a decade now, and it's ridiculous. So you better be deciding what you want to do, what you're going to do with those firearms if you have those. I don't have those. I have handguns, I have rifles, and I have shotguns. I don't have any hybrids. But like I said, you know, they do have their place if you want to have fun, if you want to blast away and waste ammo and things like that. Those AR and AK pistols are fine. There's nothing wrong with having one. But like I said, personally, if I want to have a handgun, I'll get a handgun. I can carry it concealed. It's more lightweight. It's better all the way around as a handgun. If I want to get a AR, a rifle, I'll get an AR. If I want a shotgun, I'll get a shotgun. However, you might feel differently. And I'm definitely not for banning anything. I think that the laws we have on the books now are way too much and way more than what was intended in the Constitution. The right to keep and bear arms not being infringed. Personally, I think you should be able to have fully automatic, belt-fed machine guns. That's what you want to have. It should be covered in the Constitution. But that's just, I believe you might disagree. However, that's the way I feel about it. But like I said, you know, they don't care about the Constitution any longer. It's something they don't even worry about. It's not even a hindrance any longer. They just pass these laws, pass these rulings, and we're supposed to go by them. So now you're going to make a decision. What you're going to do with your AK and AR type pistols. Are you going to turn those in? Are you going to destroy those? Are you going to modify those legally, putting a standard stock and a standard barrel on that receiver and that upper? What are you going to do? You know, don't tell it me in the comments below, because I don't want to know what you're going to do. You can tell me what you think of the law if you want, but I don't want to know if you're going to keep your firearm as is. What you're going to do, it's none of my business, and it's none of anyone else's business. If you plan on keeping that, don't be telling people about that. Especially don't put it in the comments of videos here on YouTube. Do what you will, that's up to you, but no, this is coming. This will be in effect here shortly, and you need to figure out how you're going to respond to it. But anyways, guys, if you thought the video was helpful, if you thought it was entertaining, if you thought it was bullcrap, and give it a thumbs up. Either way. Thanks for watching in the Creekmore. I'm out here, and I'll see you guys next video, hopefully.